Why?
Well, normally warlocks, have a familiar with them, right? Do you remember the imp? The wizard's imp that would follow us around, listening to all our conversations without us knowing?
Yeah.
Don't you think this could be a possibility?
Now that you mention warlocks, it is a high probability, yeah.
Chicken, though?
Well, do you have a better idea?
I don't know enough about magic.
Well, I'll probably know that warlocks sort of like make like sculpt organic life or something.
Well, usually warlocks summon a devil, and make a pact with it, and that devil then takes the shape of something, which can be usually any small animal, cats, toads. Could be, yes, it could be a chicken.
Just quickly, damn it, put that in. Just saying that I got this.
That would work. If it was a familiar, that would work, certainly, yes.
My only thought towards that is maybe not yet. Let us try and get a little more information before we throw some lady's chicken into the 9 layers of hell.
The chicken is now standing at the very edge of the circle, and it has finished the food that Stolgek has given it, and it's just intensely staring in your direction. Like, it's leaned forwards. It's sort of leaned forwards. Like, it's still standing inside the circle, but sort of, like, reached out of it.
I'm just gonna, like, reach into my backpack and grab another ration and just be like, shoo! And just chuck a ration.
It sort of watches the ration, and then its head snaps back to you.
Oh, God.
And
fucking chicken, man.
It starts running straight at you.
Like, viciously running at me? Or...
It's a chicken running at you. I don't know how to describe that. It doesn't have an expression or anything because it's a chicken. It's just very fast.
Does it flap wings aggressively or something?
Is it outside the circle?
It has left the circle. It's not flapping its wings. No, it's just running full speed straight at Janice.
I'm gonna like, kind of like, get down into a squat, wait for the chicken to get close to me, and then just like pick it up. And as I've picked it up, I'm gonna go over to the hut, open up the window. I'm gonna tell the guys I'll be right back. I'm gonna open up the window, kind of
Okay, hold on. Give me a dex check to see if you can catch that chicken, because it is fast.
Okay. Come on, dex check. Ooh, +8, let's go.
Alright. You see that chicken, and it doesn't actually seem to be going for you. It seems to be going for your backpack. And because of that, it's like a little bit distracted. And you just very easily grab it, and it's like, and starts to furiously pick at your hands as you hold it, and it's very much struggling to get off you. It doesn't seem to be terribly happy right now.
I'm just gonna grab its like beak so it just shuts up. And then I'm gonna move over to the hut with it.
Alright.
I'm gonna poke my head in the window just to see if Karis is inside.
She is, yes.
Excuse me, Karis. If you don't mind me interrupting, it seems your chicken is getting very vicious with us at the moment and started following us as we were walking away. Do you mind if I just put him inside while we kind of leave?
You see the girl jump up and she says, "Oh, Mr. Bok, what are you doing?" And she just jumps up and basically runs out of the house, runs over to you, like grabs the chicken and just starts cuddling it and like petting it. And it's very obvious that the chicken does not want to be held by her, but it's struggling, but it's, struggling in the way where it's just sort of trying to wriggle out of it, but it's not like pecking at her or anything. But she's holding it very tightly, and the chicken has no chance of escaping.
Well, thank you for taking that. I am going to take my leave. I do apologize for the interruptions, but I have a very
all
busy
good.
day ahead of me.
So
Okay.
you're not staying for cake?
What kind of cake?
Apple pie.
I would guess.
Possibly.
You should stay. We don't have many people around.
Why is
And the
that?
ones that come around are all boring. Well, I mean, look where we live. It's not like a lot of people live here. The outside is poisonous. There's only the old guy who went to talk to the cultists again. And some hunters that sometimes pass through.
Sorry, but an old man went to go speak with the cultists. Why?
He talked about trying to get them to close something, but I'm not entirely sure what he's talking about.
And was this old man friendly to you and your mother?
He could turn into animals. It was super cool.
Interesting. Do you have any idea why this chicken behaves so sporadically? It doesn't seem much like a chicken.
She looks at you with big innocent eyes and she says, "What do you mean it doesn't behave like a chicken? It's a chicken. They all
Of
behave
course.
like that.
No,
Do you want to see
absolutely.
the others? I can introduce you.
The others?
Well, we have a few.
But they are not outside. Where are they?
I think they are just a bit scared of you guys.
But where are they?
In the coop.
Oh. I did not realize there was a coop.
She points at like a very nondescript. It almost looks like part of the house, honestly, which might be why you didn't notice it. But it's just a very a small door. And she points at it and she says, "They're probably in there right now." They're my friends. We play games together.
Sure. I wouldn't mind seeing these chickens.
All right. And she still carrying a chicken that has given up on trying to escape. It looks like it has given up on life. It's just sort of hanging in her arms. And she runs to the door and she leads you inside. It's just a fairly normal small chicken coop. Pretty cozy, clean. Again, it's nice. There are 4 more chickens in there. They all, they sort of look at you. They move a bit back, and she says, "It's okay, guys. It's okay. He's a guest. He's a friend." And she starts introducing all of the chickens to you, and tells you a bit about each one of them. Like, this one's really cheeky. This one's super scared.
Can I inspect the other chickens and just see if they kind of behave as the one that I brought inside does? Or, like, do they seem like normal chickens? what I'm trying to get at.
You very quickly notice that they, as well, for sure, are not normal chickens. Definitely not.
I'm just gonna like slowly turn around and walk over to Karis and look to the. What was the elf girl's name? Sorry.
Ayla.
Ayla. Ayla, I'll be back momentarily. I just need to have a word with your mother.
Alright. Yeah, you see Karis is just sort of leaning in the doorframe, arms crossed, watching you.
I'm gonna lean against the kitchen bench and stare at her a little bit. Is there something I'm missing here?
What do you mean?
Well, these chickens, they don't seem like ordinary chickens. They don't behave like ordinary chickens.
She looks a bit confused. I don't know what you're talking about. They've always been like this.
Inside.
Where did you get these chickens exactly?
She says, oh, occasionally traders come by.
Interesting. I'm curious.
Yes.
Did your
I have noticed that.
mother ever have a husband?
Of course. How else would I be here?
Why do you not have any of his belongings around?
Oh, he wasn't. She left him some time ago. It wasn't much of a love story, I believe. More of a one night affair.
Ah, of course. Say no more. Yeah. Okay.
Short night of passion. She smokes.
Fair
In
enough.
the bar.
Was he about? Probably.
A lot.
And your mother?
Very likely.
Where did she train to use magic?
Oh, I don't know. She never really talked about it. Maybe her mother trained her? I really don't know.
Do you know much about her mother?
No.
How old were you when your mother passed?
I don't know. 14, 15, something like that.
And you've been out here all on your own since then?
Yes. Why do you ask?
Oh, I'm just, like I said, curious. It's not often you come across a, lovely patch of green grass in the middle of a swamp with a, very neat and tidy home with a very attractive woman baking apple pies. And we've had rumors in the swamp of, I suppose you could put it foulness. Not that I'm implying that you're foul in any way, dear. It's just...
Well, there's certainly plenty of foulness around. That toad statue included. Anyway,
why did the
have
fairies not
things
like
to
you?
do. I never said they didn't like me.
Why would they build
It's
that
just
statue?
they're
in your
fairies. They
garden?
like to prank things. They thought it was funny. They were fertilizing, helping. At least that's what they claimed.
Oh, well, fair. All right. Well,
Anyway, I really have to get back to work, if you excuse me.
of course.
And she sort of starts, cleaning up, very much making it obvious that she would like for you to leave.
I'm gonna leave,
Alright?
and I'm gonna head over to where Zav and Boris and Stogiger.
There he is. Still alive, I see.
She has more chickens.
So it's not a familiar?
Well, they still behave like the strange chicken did.
Can they have 5?
Yes. And she seemed very... like she very much wanted me to leave when I started asking some more questions.
Well, it is kind of rude.
Well, yes, but I don't care.
I know, but she wanted me to leave, which is even ruder.
Look, we either do one last attempt with these glyphs, or we just sweep it under the rug. I
We've
don't-
not done anything with those glyphs.
As in, do like the last attempt
Alright,
to
sorry.
try and figure out what this is.
Sure.
We had one twist for today. Let's just leave her for now.
That's...
Apparently, there
Oh.
was an old man that went to go speak to the cultists about closing the portal.
That
So
sounds
this-
familiar.
There's nothing else at all, like from the outside surroundings, that I can like investigate that would give me any even like little bit of a clue as to this being her not being a human. Or
I mean, what are you looking for? Like, it's...
I don't know, just something, just I don't know, whatever.
I could ask the priest from my temple if he knows about this place a little bit more. I forgot the name again. I didn't write it down. Found something.
Oh god. Father, what's his name? Yeah. Can't be
Good enough.
bothered to look at. Good enough.
Father priest.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's just continue then. If everyone wants to continue, we can continue.
Yes.
Don't want to mess with the runes.
How do you know?
No, I'm asking. That was a question.
Ah,
I mean, I'll leave it up to the party.
I'm fine with trying to mess with a rune to see what happens. But at the same time, I feel like it's going to be a bad idea, so we have to do it in a way that isn't potentially harmful to us.
the little girl. What about her?
Well-
Should be traumatized or something.
She's a goblin, man.
She could be, yes, but
She does have longish ears, you know.
I've seen cuter goblins than that. That's a goblin.
Well, as far as I'm aware, is the girl was just lost, and she found her. Pretty much it. That's the story.
considering the fact how safe she seems to be here, maybe this lady isn't bad or a witch after all.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's leave it till later. We'll be back here. I'm sure of it.
There's no way. There's no way.
No way what? That she's not a witch?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, then let's mess with the glyph. If you're convinced that she is a witch, I'm honestly, like, I'm almost convinced that she is just, like, a wizard of some sort. If there's druids coming here, like, speaking with her, and people trading with her, then again, tradesmen wouldn't have any fucking clue. They'd just be here to get items, but...
no one's coming into the mushroom forest.
Or no one's leaving.
No one's living to tell the story. She said she had some traders here.
Yes.
How about... I don't know what it'll give us, but... I don't know. Offer her some stuff to trade, maybe she'll be more willing to speak with you. If you, like, decide to trade something with her.
I'm not really sure I can offer her anything that she would like.
Well, I have this, if that'll help.
Plus, like
take
always, she just kind of gets annoyed and wanted me to leave, so I don't think coming back again is really going to help. I mean, if either of you want to attempt to talk to her in any way, you can certainly do so. Or we
Wait,
just
it is
play with the
That would be the
room.
last resort.
There is actually a reason why nobody talks about this place. Well, why nobody knows about this place, because she always asks the guests to never speak of it. She's told that to you as well.
Were
He has
there...
asked to keep her secret, yes.
Yes.
I
That's
mean,
why- that's why-
yeah, if she's hiding from someone, fair enough.
It's all lies.
Were there mushrooms in the garden?
No.
And there's none
Not a
around?
single one. There is loads outside, but you haven't seen a single one growing inside of the garden. Not one. There were dried mushrooms in jars in the house,
Mhm.
but not a single one growing inside.
I'm not a botany expert, so I can't really help here.
You know what, Mr. Ranger, give
Mhm.
me a nature check. Alright, cool.
Have a guidance.
I don't think it's gonna help, man.
5 isn't gonna do much either. Yeah, no, it looks weird, but perfectly normal. Nothing out of the ordinary aside from the chickens.
For the whole thing here.
Yes.
Well, I say we move on right now, for now.
I've got
no
nothing.
reason. No, I
Go,
was gonna
Gek.
say
I'm gonna rip this stone out of the ground.
All right, well, I'm going to step
do
back
that.
while you do that.
Doing it.
Alright, give me a strength check. Alright, that's fine. You get over to the stone and you grab it. It's a bit difficult to properly get a hold of, but you manage. And you just, with one big movement, just rip it out of the ground. And you can see this sort of ripple effect, like a dome rippling out, and you can now see a barrier just collapsing. You see spores, the spory air just starting to seep into the area, and you hear a scream from inside as Karis just storms out of the house, an utter look of horror on her face. And she screams, "What did you do? Why would you do that?"
It's not real.
And she runs at you, like, looking furious.
Does she look any different?
Looks literally the same as before.
How is everything normal?
Let me just read something. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, come on, roll 20 plus. Alright.
I beg you.
Roll 20 plus.
Doggy, don't you drop that cliff.
Shaking.
And she is just gonna start wailing at Stolge. Like, she's crying, she's super angry, and she's just like hitting him with her fists, not doing any damage.
I'm gonna.
And she's like,
Hmm?
No, what do you want to say?
I was just gonna like step in between them, try and like get her to calm down, but at the same time, like start trying to get some answers from her.
Alright, you sort of, pull her off Stolgek, who's still like holding the stone. And she just turns to you and she's like, why would you do that? Why did you have to ruin everything?
Sorry, but
That's what I do.
you're gonna have to start giving me a little bit more information.
Why would I talk to you at all?
Well, we have your glyph.
I could put it back.
It won't matter. It's not gonna do anything anymore. You
Who are you-
broke the barrier. Everything is contaminated now. Do you know how much work that is to set up again?
No.
Do you have any idea how expensive that is?
No.
You're a spellcaster. I'm sure you'll be fine.
She looks at you and she just turns around and walks back to the house, and she yells for the girl, who looks severely spooked, and tells her to go into the house now.
Was she wearing a face covering?
No. Neither her nor the girl.
Was the toxin there? Like,
I mean,
breathable
yes,
already?
the brain-eating spores have seeped into the entire area, so it stands to reason, yes.
they're
Yeah, but
inside a house. They'll-
Was she getting affected by it while she was outside? Or was she fine?
Sounded
You don't
fine.
know. I mean, you do know that it takes a while for the spores to take effect. It's not like, you breathe in and then you die. They might both be infected now.
I'm gonna walk inside.
Alright. You see her fussing over the kids. She's sat the girl on the kitchen table and she's like fussing over her, putting some cloth around her mouth, and she seems severely distraught.
Why would you go to such an extent to stay hidden? Especially when there are such malicious spores around.
Well, there weren't until you destroyed the barrier.
Yes, quit avoiding my question.
I wasn't hiding. I enjoy living in solitude.
You
all
told
right?
me to keep your location secret. Now stop avoiding my
Yes,
question.
because I don't want every bloody adventurer like you to come in and bother me.
Why? Because you want to just be
Because
alone.
this happens.
Right.
Every
So-
time one of your kind comes around, they're like, ooh, this is obviously evil magic. Ooh, we're gonna ruin your shit.
So you put your life in danger as well as her life in danger because you don't want adventurers coming through. It doesn't add up, and I'd like to insight her.
Hold on, let me just...
also just like to quote